everyone. Welcome to Marketing and Beyond on Daily Ad Brief. I am your host, Jennifer Filzen, and today I have with me Rob Simon of BurstMarketing. Welcome, Rob.
Well, glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to see you. So tell us a bit about BurstMarketing and what you guys do.
Sure. BurstMarketing was started over about 20 years ago, and we are a boutique podcasting and video streaming agency. So we help people to create, produce, distribute, track, and promote their podcasts or their live streaming events, as well as non-streaming pre-recorded videos as well.
Very cool. So have you been doing podcasting all 20 years?
Yep, we were one of the first companies to actually produce podcasts for clients. We have one of the oldest running business-to-business podcasts on Apple, so that's great. We have more than 5 million downloads since we got started. So I like to say we were doing podcasting before podcasting was cool.
Bravo. You know what? Good on you. I remember when podcasting was new, and I remembered it was like 2007-ish, 2009-ish, and I'm doing podcasting, promoting my music, and then it was like that bright, shiny object that lost its luster. But you're right. Podcasting is so hot right now. What are some of the changes that you've seen in the past couple of years that have really put podcasting back on a silver platter?
Well, the first thing is that, and this is both good news and bad news, is that it's gotten a lot easier for people to produce and to get a podcast distributed. So that's the good news. The bad news is that it means there can now be close to about 5 million podcasts up there on iTunes and other podcast portals. So now more than ever, it's important to integrate your podcasting with any of your other content marketing and content distribution strategies, because otherwise you can get something up, but like, the veritable tree that falls in a forest that nobody hears, that's what happens a lot.
For sure, for sure. And then also, too, one really interesting side benefit of all this podcasting is the online community building that is happening around these different podcasts and these different brands. Are you also getting into that space where not only are you focusing on the podcasting, but the communities around that?
Yes, that's an integral part of getting your podcast distributed. So, for example, if you're going to be reaching to a business community, getting that business community to rally around your podcast, to share it among their audiences on LinkedIn or wherever they happen to be hanging out on social media, that's one of the keys to a podcast's long-term growth and success. We like to tell clients that it's not how many people you get, it's making sure you get the right people who are listening. Because if you get that one person who's going to be a customer and they hear and listen to your podcast and learn something and see you as an authority, that's what you need. And since we specialize in business-to-business podcasts, that's the space where we're helping most clients to perform well.
Got it. So I'm assuming that there are a lot of people that want to get into podcasting, especially smaller businesses. Like they feel like there's a barrier to entry. What are those barriers, and how do you help remove those barriers so they can get into this space?
Well, first barrier is the mystery. There's actually a lot of moving parts, and people think that on the one hand, although the tools are there on the web for you to produce your podcast, to do it well and to do it routinely, like once a week or once every 2 weeks, and do it with high quality production values and content, that's a lot harder. And so what we do is we kind of walk you through the 5-step process and hold your hand and basically help you as much as you need to get through each of those steps, from creating it, ideating it, discovering and figuring out what your first podcast is going to be about, what your podcast is going to be about, what's your unique selling proposition, why should people vote with their time and spend money, basically, which is their time, to listen to your podcast, what's in it for them. It's not just about you just jabbering on the air. And then getting it up into all the portals so that people can find your podcast wherever they look for podcasts, whether it's on Spotify or it's on Smart Speaker or it's on iTunes or Google. You have to be there. And you have to be there in a way that people can discover you. So you have to have the right metadata. You have to have your about and your show notes done properly. So it's taken us 15 years to sort of perfect all the things that you need to do well to get your podcast noticed and distributed and shared among your audience.
Well, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on being an early adopter of this remarkable transformation within promoting one's brand, right? And here you are, 20 years later. So proud, so proud. That's so awesome. We've run out of time, but listen, everybody, if you want to find out more about Rob Simon and BurstMarketing and the podcast work that they are doing for their clients, please do check them out on dailyadbrief.com. And also, too, I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember this, everyone. If you're not building community around your brand, you are just a commodity. All right, have a super day. Bye-bye.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.